Good morning, dear friends. How are you all? Hope you are all fine. This is your English teacher. Welcome back to our English grammar class, and the topic which we are concentrating, the topic is reported speech. Whereas in the previous class we have discussed about the direct speeches or the direct sentences in the future continuous to we have changed those sentences into indirect speech. In today's class we are going to concentrate towards the future perfect tense. Future perfect tense to indirect speech of a future perfect tense itself. Whereas there is a slight changes as we are continuously watching when we have started the future tense. The change is about the will. Here the formula of a future perfect tense is subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 plus object. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 plus object. So this is what the formula of a future perfect tense. So when we are changing the future perfect tense of direct speech to indirect speech, it will become future perfect to future perfect itself. The changes are about instead of a will have in the direct speech, we are going to change it out into indirect speech. It will become would have. It will be remaining as a would have, and obviously that as a conjunction we are using. So let's concentrate towards some examples. Already we know the formula. Already we know that what are the rules are there and how we need to change it out. If it is a will, it will change it as a would. If it is will have, it will become would have. If it is a will have been, it will become would have been, right? So let's concentrate towards this. She said, I will have lived in Delhi. V3 we have used, okay, as per the formula itself. Subject plus will or shall, will plus have plus V3 plus, then at lastly object we have used. So let's concentrate here. She said, I will have lived in Delhi. She said, I will have lived in Delhi. It is in the direct speech of a future perfect tense. So will have it is there. This will have it will change into would have. So let's concentrate. She said, I will have lived in Delhi. In an indirect speech it will become, she said that she would have lived in Delhi. Only the changes we made that instead of a will have we have taken it as a would have, and the pronoun we have changed. So I refers to whom? She. So this first this pronoun we have added here. So in place of I we have taken she. So then she said that she would have lived in Delhi. It is in the indirect speech of a future perfect tense. So let's concentrate towards the example number 2. He said, I will have to complete this work in half an hour. She said, I will have, or he said, I will have to complete this homework in half an hour. So this is what the example which is here given here. Please concentrate one more time. He said, I will have to complete this work in half an hour. So this is the second example of a future perfect tense in the direct speech. Here also the same things we need to change it out. What? Instead of a will have we have to take would have. Instead of a pronoun I, the first which we have used a pronoun like he. So the he we have to take, then that conjunction we need to use. So let's concentrate towards the indirect speech example of the particular sentence. He said that he would have to complete that. Instead of this it will become that. He would have complete that homework or work in half an hour. So as it is. So let's concentrate one more time. He said, I will have to complete this work in half an hour. So indirect speech of that sentence it will become, he said that he would have to complete that work in half an hour. Hope you are understanding. So as I have told you in the previous classes when we were going through the rules, instead of if it is this in the direct speech it will become that. So here we can notice that this work it will become that work, right? So let's concentrate towards the example number 3. The boy said, I will have graduated from university. The boy said, I will have graduated from university. So when we are changing it to indirect speech, it will become, the boy said that he would have graduated from the university. See, only the thing we need to change is, instead of a will, the helping verb will change it as a would have, right? Instead of will have, it will become would have, and that as a conjunction we are using. So remaining as it is itself, no changes at all. Okay, so let's focus towards the example number 4. Here you may get a little confusions, my dear children. Already such kind of examples we have solved in the previous classes of ours, but even though, so please focus towards the example number 4. She asked me, it is in the interrogative sentence. Okay, she asked her brother, will you have graduated from the university by the year 2017? Please notice here, she asked me, or she asked her brother, will you have graduated from the university by the year 2017? So some of you may be getting a confusion, sir, why have it's been used after the pronoun here? So will you have, we are using like this, will you have. Always whenever the interrogative form will come, so the helping verb will be the first, then pronoun, then remaining things will continue, right? So in a similar manner, will it is used as a helping verb, then afterwards the pronoun we have used you, then afterwards have and other things it is continued. Don't we get a confusions in between of this? So let us change it out from the direct speech to indirect speech, the interrogative sentence which is given on the board. She asked her brother, will you have graduated from university by the year 2017? It is in the interrogative. So moreover than the interrogative, which type of interrogative that we have to find? It is a yes or no type of a question. Will, or if it is going to start with any helping verb, the question it is starting with a helping verb, or the sentence it is starting with a helping verb, then definitely it is carrying out yes or no type of a questions. Are you sure? Yes or no, we are saying like that. Are you coming? Yes or no. Okay, will you take a pen? Yes or no. Will you go? Yes or no. Will you come? Yes or no. Isn't it right? Yes or no. Was that right? Yes or no. Can you lend me a pen? Yes or no. Such kind of the things, a helping verb which is going to start out, so that all the verbs we can call that, all the questions or the interrogative form of a sentence we can call it as a yes or no type of a question. Whereas in the previous class I told you very clearly, whenever the yes or no type of questions will come, so instead of using that as a conjunction, what we need to use? If or what? Whether. If or whether we need to use. So similar manner, let us change it out in that direction itself. She asked her brother, will you have graduated from university by the year 2017? So this is what the question which is being asked in the direct speech. We'll change it out into indirect speech. She asked her brother. Instead of using that as a conjunction, we'll use if or whether. Okay. She asked her brother if he would have, if he would have graduated from university by the year 2017. Here the slight changes you can find, my dear children. We have used will, then afterwards we have used a pronoun you, then at last we have used a have. Will you have? It is questioning one. Whenever the questioning or the interrogative form will come, obviously we have to use first as a helping verb, then afterwards the pronoun need to come, then later on the other formations will continuing. Okay, so here you can notice that it is in the interrogative form, therefore first a helping verb we have used, then afterwards the pronoun, then at lastly the other remaining sentences we have used. But when we are changing from the interrogative to assertive, because it will convert whenever the direct speech to indirect speech, if it is direct speech is in the interrogative, then the same sentence we are repeating in our own directions, so therefore it will change it out. Here instead of using the will you have, in the direct speech we are using it out, in the indirect speech it will become would have, right? So first helping verb whatever will, the pronoun whatever will be there, the pronoun will come at first here. Let's consider. She asked her brother, will you have graduated from university by the year of 2017? It is in the direct speech. Indirect speech it will become, she asked her brother if he would have graduated from university by the year 2017. Hope it is clear. So let's go for the example number 5. She asked me. It is in the negative sentences. See, always will it is there. This for the will of a helping verb. If you are using not, then it we can read it out like as will not, we can say. But if you are making the compressions, if you are making the shorten of this will not, then it will become won't. Okay, will not will become won't. Would not will become wouldn't, like that. Let's consider it out. He asked me won't, or you can say will not also. He asked me won't you have done your homework. Won't you have done, will not, it means won't you have done your homework. Here also the same sentence, because it is also in the interrogative only. So therefore interrogative negative type it is going to be come out. So then we can use it out how, in a sense, as we have already seen one example above. First will or will not helping verb will come because it is in the interrogative asking. Afterwards the pronoun it is added. Then at lastly we have taken have. But here the other sentence other than this interrogative or the interrogative negative sentence, the assertive sentence, if you are finding will, first what we can find? Pronoun, afterwards will, then at lastly have. Here also the same things. When we are changing from the direct speech to indirect speech, it will become assertive form. It will not be the negative to negative form, it won't be. Okay, so it will be in the assertive form itself. How we are using it out? First pronoun we are using, then afterwards would we are using, then at lastly have. Let's see. He asked me, won't you have done your homework? He asked me, won't you have done your homework? It is also yes or no type of a question. I can say, won't you have done your homework? If somebody is asking me, will not you have done your homework? If somebody is asking me, then I can say the answer yes or no only, right? So he asked me, won't you have done your homework? This is the interrogative form, interrogative negative sentence in the future perfect direct speech. In indirect speech, when we are changing it out towards the future perfect tense, let's see that. He asked me if, because yes or no type of question is there. So therefore instead of using that as a conjunction, we have to take if or whether. He asked me if I wouldn't have, won't have will change as a wouldn't have done my homework. See, your homework will become my homework. So please consider it out. He asked me, won't you have done your homework? It is in the direct speech, and this direct speech of a sentence, if I am changing it into indirect, it will become he asked me if I wouldn't have done my homework. So this is what the change we can find. One more example which we can notice on the above. So she asked, it is not yes or no type of a question. Okay, it is not at all yes or no type of a question, sir. So let's consider it out. She asked, where will they have built a new house? She wanted to know the things, so therefore she is asking the question, where will they have built the house? It is also the interrogative, but it is not at all yes or no type of a question. It is WS type of a question. It is WS type of a question. So always the answer of this question will be, we are not giving in the yes or no, we are giving in responding manner, we are giving in a brief manner. She asked me, or she asked, where will they have built a new house? I can say the address. They have built a new house in Vijaypur, in Talikot, in Muddebiyal, in Narathoda, in Narayanpura, in Shahpur, Surpur, Raichur, any places I can take it out. Hope you are understanding the things that I am not saying that if somebody is asking me a question, where will they have built a new house, I am not responding for that yes. Or if I am saying no, then the people may think me as if I am a mad, right? So because the things we have to understand here, if it is yes or no type of question, we have to use only if or whether. If it is not yes or no type of question, if it is related to WS type of questions, no need to use if or whether, right? She asked, where will they have built a new house? So when we are changing it in indirect speech, it will become, she wanted to know where they would have built a new house, where they would have built a new house. It is in the indirect speech of the sentence. Hope you are understanding the things. So not only these things, even if you are changing that the future perfect continuous tense, how it will be changed, a little changes we can make it out here itself. She said I will have been, we will use. Okay, she said I will have been leaving, v1 plus ing, leaving in Delhi. She said I will have been leaving in Delhi. It is in the direct speech. So will have been will change it into would have been. That much only the changes here. So she said I will have been leaving in Delhi. In direct speech it will become she said that she would have been leaving in Delhi. Then again next sentence, he said I will have been completing this work in half an hour. It is in the direct speech of future perfect continuous. So in direct speech it will become that he said that he would have been completing that homework or that work you can call in an half an hour. The boy said I will have been graduating from university. If you are changing it out into indirect speech of a future perfect continuous tense, it will become the boy said that he would have been graduating from university. Similar manner, she asked her brother, will you have graduated from the university? It is in the direct speech. If you are changing it into indirect speech of future perfect continuous tense, example, she asked her brother, will you have been graduating from the university by 2017? So if you are changing it out into indirect speech, it will become she asked her brother if he would have been graduating from university by the year 2017. So only the thing what we need to use in the future perfect continuous tense, as it is only we have to go, the thing we have to use is instead of will have, it will become here the will have been. In the future perfect direct speech, in indirect speech it will become would have been plus v1 plus ing. Okay, so these are the changes which we can notice it out. In the next class of ours, especially we are going to be see all the mixtures of the sentences from the direct speech to indirect speech, present tense to then future tense, all together we will notice out in the next class of ours. Till then, please stay safe. Thank you.